The truth is, nobody respects the mainstream media at all. The jig is up. People know what they are, and they're over it, right? They're here. Thank you for subscribing, share, like, do all that good stuff. They're here. They're getting their news, live streams like this, where we don't have any teleprompter or any middle management saying you can do this, that, and the other. And they're getting it on X, and they're getting it from a variety of places. Elon making this point, right? Very clearly saying to everybody, guess what? Just after Trump won, he said, you are the media now. X what you know, X what you hear, X what you see. He's trying to encourage people to take some ownership, right? Don't always rely on these clowns getting paid millions and millions of dollars to interpret the news for you by way of the State Department or whoever's controlling the narrative out of the White House in any given time. And there are those at MSNBC that really, really, really don't like that Elon's telling people that they have this power, right? Because it makes them effectively powerless. What they've realized in all of this is that they have much, much less power. It's why Joe and Mika are going down to Mar-a-Lago. They're trying to court some favor maybe with the president because they want a little bit of power, maybe with the executives in the new Spinco. They want to seem like they know what they're talking about when they talk about DC, but we've all seen through them. The power is not with the mainstream media anymore. It is over here in these alternative platforms, which I'm thrilled to be part of. Anyway, the Axios founder, he doesn't like this. He's one of the buddies over there on the MSNBC show. He just collected a big award and gave this giant speech. MSNBC, they were clapping like seals over this one.
Because we love it. We do it because it matters. The work that we do matters. Everything we do is under fire. Elon Musk sits on Twitter every day, or X today, saying like, we are the media, you are the media. My message to Elon Musk is, bullshit. You're not the media. You having a blue check mark, a Twitter handle, and 300 words of cleverness doesn't make you a reporter. Any more than me looking at your head and seeing that you have a brain and telling you have an awesome set of tools makes me a damn neurosurgeon, right? Like what we do, what journalists do, what you did in Mississippi, what Al Jazeera does in the Middle East. You don't proclaim yourself to be a reporter. Like that's nonsense. Like being a reporter is hard, really hard. You have to care. You have to do the hard work. You have to get up every single day and say, I want to get to the closest approximation of the truth without any fear, without any favoritism. You don't do that by popping off on Twitter. You don't do that by having an opinion. You do it by doing the hard work.
Yeah, come on, slow clap, everybody. Whoa. First of all, I gotta say.
He's just great, isn't he? I gotta say, listen, this is part of the problem, right? This kind of egomania that feeds them. We are the journalists. We control the news cycle. We control the narrative. Therefore, we have all the power. And all of a sudden, that power cycle has been completely broken by none other than X. I mean, back in the day, it was sort of Twitter and it was Donald Trump. And Donald Trump realized pretty quickly, hey, I can get to the people directly. I actually don't have to wait around for 60 minutes to come and interview me. I can actually tweet and I can talk to them. And there's this streaming thing. And guess what? I can go live and I can get all my information out directly to people and they will consume it. And I don't have to go through this sort of kingmaker thing that happens in mainstream media. It's like the mainstream media decides who's going to win. Mainstream media decides who's going to get through the primaries. I mean, they have an effect. They do have an effect. I would say that, if you're not giving anybody else any airtime, then they're not going to have as much sort of Q factor, if you would. When people go to the voting booths, they're not going to vote. They're not going to know who they are. And Donald Trump figured out, wait a second, I don't need to rely on those guys. I can do it myself. And therein is a big part of the problem. So now it's going even further because it's not just political candidates that can suddenly go direct to the voters, direct to the consumers. It's that everybody can have a viewpoint and everybody can publish that viewpoint. And there's nothing more scary for the mainstream media than being replaced. right? So this is why they just love Jim's speech over there on MSNBC, and they had a few more things to say about it.
Everything up and down about not only their alternative set of facts, but alternative set of facts about what people like you do. And I love how you connected reporters in Mississippi in the 1960s to reporters fighting for their life to get the story out in the Middle East today. Jim, it was very powerful.
Really good.
Very powerful. Even if even if we had to beep you more than we would if we ran a Dave Chappelle concert.
I
it was
like
still
it.
good.
Jim's mild mannered.
He preached it, though. The cadence, I mean, I might get him ordained.
Well, let me just say, why this is so important right now, more than ever, is because critics of the press are feeling more empowered than ever to lie more than ever. I've had friends for years going, oh, I'm so overwhelmed, Joe, by the news. I don't read the news. I go, oh, where do you get your news then? Epic Times. I go, oh
God.
Oh, you get your news from
Times.
a website run by Chinese by conspiracy theorists in a Chinese religious cult. That is where you get the no. Or if social media, people lying every day, every hour, every minute about the news.
We're supposed to trust you people? You really think that anybody is going to trust you after this CRAP? This junk.
We're past that.
He's sitting, by the way, with a guy who reportedly got $500K to his organization just days before interviewing Kamala Harris on MSNBC. Guess what? All of these people are for sale.
You can't meet if they voted for Trump in 16, whatever. They voted for Trump in 20, they knew exactly what they were doing. If they vote for Donald Trump in 2024, and I've said it on my show, I'll say it here, they're knowingly voting for a fascist. They're voting for a racist. They're voting for somebody that wants to put this country 200 years in the back.
And yet, guess what? Joey, they voted for them. Did you see all the red? Okay. So that happened despite you saying that every single day on your show.